Hello and welcome to another day of Dota 2. It is StarLadder Season 6, day number 23, and we are here seeing virtus.pro, the team that is already qualified to go to Kiev, taking on TCM Gaming, who don't really have that much chance anymore to go to Kiev unless they win every single match there is still, and of course also if some other teams might not win their matches, because that is kind of needed right now. They've got 4 losses in total. You need to have like 4 is a minimum, so they still have a chance. It's just you need to be winning everything from now on. Of course, I will not be by myself for today. I am once again joined by K-poptosis, who is the person that you will not hear. You will not see him, but you will see what he does, because he is our stats man for today. And we do have the person that you will hear, my co-caster, Vykromond. Welcome back.
It's good to be back, Sheever. I'm excited to watch this game. We've gone, so the 2 leading teams of StarLadder this season, Alliance and VP, playing in a row. And it's fun to watch them in sequence because, of course, they have such different approaches. Alliance, not really that concerned about that, and we saw that in the last game. Not tremendously concerned about the very early laning phase. They just play solidly, get through it, and then use their superior mid-game coordination, positioning, rotation to just take it out. virtus.pro, on the other hand, they like to go in, and they like to go in early. They like to get that early lead, dominate you with strong support play, and just convert that into a quick victory.
Very true. They picked themselves up a gyrocopter, so a potential of an aggressive tri-lane perhaps there. We see TCM though, they pick up a life stealer, so it's very strong core for them as well. And a Visage, as we saw last game, if you can control that Visage, he is a very strong one to have on your side, and especially if you are going to be up against an aggressive tri-lane, then he is one that you will want to have, and you could even go aggressive for yourself with that. As we have a Darkseer pick up for virtus.pro, and that shouts off lane to me. That shouts safe lane for virtus.pro even.
VP have really, they focus on Darkseer. They rate it much more highly right now than a lot of other teams do. It's one of VP's top choice heroes. They've put KSI on the Darkseer almost full time, actually. There was a time which it was only his 3rd or 4th most played offlane hero, but in the last couple of weeks it's his most played hero, and they have so many combinations that really rely on that vacuum. Just 100 different ways that they can abuse generating the opportunity with the vacuum, and it's been incredible in some of the games, just what they've managed to pull off with solid Darkseer spell execution.
Yeah, KSI really has mastered that one, or at least, well, I don't, yeah, can you ever fully master a hero, or are there always new things to discover? Because I actually think that last one is the case in Dota right here, especially with different hero interactions. But yeah, he's definitely been a strong player on the Darkseer for a while now, and we do have a bit of well, standard bans in terms of that we normally see them in one way or another, but the Keeper of the Light and a Nature's Prophet ban first is interesting to see from virtus.pro. They also ban out the Lone Druid there, with on the other side the Bat Rider still getting banned out together with Io and the Bane and the Clockwork there now also. So virtus.pro having that last hand on that ban, and they ban out the Puck, so they already want to deny that one from TCM. We still of course have the Queen of Pain in the pool, both teams still in need of a strong solo mid. We still have Magnus in the pool, and let's see what they want to go for.
Yeah, they still have a lot of options. VP, not a team that usually loves playing Magnus that much, and also of course, there was the changes made to Magnus. I think if any team goes Magnus this game, it's probably going to be TCM and not virtus.pro. Tamar Wild, he likes those playmaking mids. He's more likely to go something like, as you mentioned, the Queen of Pain. I've seen them play Beastmaster as well. There's still quite a few options in the pool. Puck taken out, but that doesn't mean that he won't be going some sort of blinker. I think you're right. Queen of Pain is probably the most likely.
Yeah, and also a very strong hero, well, up against the Magnus, if he is still going to get picked up by TCM. Of course, Queen of Pain normally wins most of her matchups, or at least plays even, and I'm all, like, apart from maybe against OD, who is just a really annoying hero to face for anybody that faces him, to be fair. We do have a Shadow Demon picked up, so that will be a tri-lane complete if they want to go for that, with a Disruption there. Soul Catcher, Soul Assumption, that is a very painful combination, but also now the Disruption, really great in setting up for those open wounds for Lifestealer, who now has to actually be very close to his target to actually get there, to actually cast it.
Between Disruption and Grave Chill, he can definitely get there to cast it. It's just you do telegraph it, so you have to get the Visage and the Shadow Demon in position to actually initiate, and then have the Lifestealer follow up. The way that it used to be, and there's the quap. The way that it used to be is the Lifestealer was actually basically your initiator. He would use Open Wounds from its ridiculous 600 range, and then Visage and Shadow Demon could walk up and follow up if they wanted, and your Open Wounds would almost be back up by the end of that.
Yeah, very true. And now you can use a Shadow Demon to set it up, but I mean, it does limit you to 1 open wounds per go, basically, and that's kind of a... Of course, it's a nerf. I mean, he needed to be nerfed in that regard. So, strong Triline if they go for that. We still have a safe lane option as well if they want to choose that. It depends also what they expect from Gyrocopter. What I do like, or actually I don't really like that from virtus.pro too much. Maybe since there's only 1 ban left, there's a lot of options left, but they actually only need supports. And I think they're kind of happy right now that there is only 1 ban from now on, because they only have 1 support that will be banned out.
VP play a lot of supports that don't frequently get banned, so they're fine drafting supports relatively late to a lot of other teams, because sure, you have IO. I mean, IO is always going to get banned, more or less. Sure, Keeper of the Light. I mean, sure, Bane is the only hero that's banned so far that they really use as a support that frequently. There's still so much available. Jakiro, Rubik, even Disruptor, who we saw in the last game, is something that VP used fairly frequently. There's still a tremendous amount of options. Not to mention, I mean, we've seen them do this little trick before where they draft Gyro early and then use him as a damage-dealing support. So even that is available if they're not happy with their support pool.
Yeah, and we once again see a Beastmaster. So the Swedes kind of following in the footstep of the previous Swedes that we saw, with 3 heroes overlapping actually, with the Beastmaster, Visage and Lifestealer, and all the bombing combinations that you can guess, that you can think of, with of course the bombing of the Bird, of the Hawk, of the Familiar. And I just need a Blink Dagger on Beastmaster, and you have that one as well. If they want to indeed go for that. I mean, in theory, Beastmaster can go on a solo safe lane or a solo suicide lane as well. I don't think we'll see that this game, though.
Probably not. Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on what they can afford to draft 5th. So if they're in very, very bad shape, if they end up sending the Beastmaster to solo hard, that's because they didn't get the draft they wanted. Because Radiant, it's just so much worse on Radiant than it is on Dire, frankly. It's still not, it's not the end of the world, but they definitely want to put this Beastmaster mid. I actually agree. I think Blink would be a possibly good pickup again because of that Gyrocopter. I mean, if you can catch Gyro out, he falls so quickly, as we learned in the last game.
Ha! Look at that ban. They ban out the Doom. Now that is something that you don't see every day. They also ban out the Earthshaker, by the way, on the side of TCM. That's the support they don't want to be facing. Earthshaker pretty strong up against Lifestealer, because even though he's raged and all that stuff, he still can't walk through walls. And that is something that is really nice to have. So, yeah, banning out for that banning it out for that reason. I'm not sure if I was expecting it. It would be an unexpected pickup for me, but it's a very good ban if I think about it. It's like, yeah, you don't want to be facing that when you just want to walk up to targets, because so far they only got 2 kind of carry people, like the Beastmaster, not really a carry, but still a bit of a semi-carry in that regards, and now 3 melee heroes. So you don't want to have anything that stops you from getting to your target.
Axe.
Okay. Yes.
So now it's looking
solo mid axe. Yes.
No. I think it's probably solo Lifestealer and then the axe Triling to creep cut. Maybe.
Could be.
So the other, I mean, there's options. There's Jungle X VP that they love Naga. I knew it would be. I didn't say Naga, but I had the suspicion they were going to do the gyro switcheroo. And they've been playing Naga so much lately. This is a hero that's really gaining popularity dramatically quickly. And I don't think it's all the Riptide change. I mean, actually, VP were playing her even before the patch came in. So they really like this hero, and it's a good late game plan for them. They get a lot of push. TCM's anti-push is actually not impressive in the slightest. So this Naga might get very scary once she has some pushing power. And yeah, the Gyrocopter for damage.
Yep, and I want to say again, it was a switcheroo. You heard that correctly. He did say switcheroo. You can say it a couple of times out loud and it will sound very, very, very stupid, but it's still a switcheroo. But yeah, I like the Naga Siren. And Snare is really great against every single one of the heroes that are not supports on the side of TCM, and that will be really something that they have got to find a way through. And I might actually think about maybe people building Lincolns or something, because I just said it's very important for these people to get to their targets, to actually do what they do. And you've got yourself a net, you've got a vacuum, you've got a blink away, you've got a shadow strike, you've got a telekinesis, and you've got anything that a Rubik can steal as well. And I mean, that is very tough to take. The cooldown, even if you want to fight, if you have a big team fight going on, cooldown comes down and everybody is slowed.
Sure. Yeah, I could see Lincolns coming into play this game. We could see Naga Siren get Lincolns because she's an illusion-based hero. Stats conform very well to that, and Lincolns has pretty good stats for an item. And also just to prevent from getting roared and taken out early in a fight. Yeah, I could see Lincolns going up on Naga Siren. On Queen of Pain, I don't really like... he would have had to go Lincolns if Doom had come out, but they had banned Doom, so they didn't have to worry about that. Now I don't see Queen of Pain going Lincolns. I see a more standard build for her.
Yeah, we do have the Naga Siren being picked up quite a lot since the patch 21 time, so sitting at just above 60% win rate, which is actually quite decent. We've seen Naga Siren mid though twice, so that was quite interesting. Once from Liquid and once from Arctic, I believe, up against Liquid even, so they pulled their own stun against them, which was quite enjoyable, and they actually won with that as well. So yes, Naga Siren mid. She is a siren. I can make very bad jokes. And I'm sure that most people have seen the movie, but I will try, the YouTube, but I will try to hold myself together and to just not mention it ever again. It will be tough.
Alright, so looking towards TCM, we do have Go Audio, their carry player, up on that Lifestealer in the bottom lane. He's supported by Otsa on the Shadow Demon, and we'll have to see how much time Hawaii-Oh spends on the Visage supporting as well. But Hawaii-Oh had a great game as Visage yesterday, so we'll see how he does this game. Blueberry Ninja will play up on the Jungle Axe, and then that leaves Verna, their mid player, on the solo mid Beastmaster.
Yeah, for virtus.pro, we'll see that Tamar Wild will be the Naga, or the Queen of Pain rather. Wow, that was wishful thinking at work there. We've got KSI on the Darkseer. He is going to be in the jungle because he knows he can't do anything bottom so far. And Ness also trying to pull. He actually picked up Boots first. So this will be a very active Gyrocopter as he's just stacking for his team right now. And helping a KSI farm with that Rocket Barrage. Very effective. We've got Arsart, or Smile, playing the Rubik on the support, and Airman or Illidan Storm Rage free farming here on the top lane. So the middle lane, the only one that we can really see people. Oh, look at that, Blueberry Ninja with the harassment. Level 1 Battle Hunger, still very annoying, forcing Tamar Wild to last hit, and if he doesn't, he is kind of sad.
Yeah, basically the axe is just going to constantly come out of the jungle, use Battle Hunger to try to harass Tamar Wild, and that's their plan for the mid. That's their plan for Beastmaster, not losing this lane against Queen of Pain. And yeah, as K-pop mentioned, the buff to Axe was actually mainly a jungling buff. It does lower the cooldown on the counter helix, which means, oh, he might die here. He really doesn't want to die.
He's very low right now.
Yeah, I mean, survivability is a problem, especially against these very hard-hitting monsters like the Hellbear Smasher. But, yeah, when he can counter helix more frequently, that does mean that a stacked camp is going to trigger a lot of those counter helixes, and he's going to be able to level quickly. That said, we still have to see how this actually ends up being played. I think we might see Blink Dagger initiating Axe in this game, because I think a good Blink Dagger taunt could actually do a lot of work.
You kind of need to have Blink Daggers when a full melee squad here. Yeah. I mean, it's not full melee, you have got a Visage, a Slow, and a Disruption to set things off, but you can't really assume that they're going to get the farm to get the Force Staff, for example, to get the Disruption initiation off. And a Grave Chill is great, but you can still get netted and slowed to get there. And you need to have a Blink Dagger, maybe not just on the Axe, but also on the Beastmaster. And of course, Lifestealer invested in that to also have him have use of that Blink.
Yeah. I think Audio, I'm smelling Midas on this Lifestealer. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. And so I guess they're pretty confident that VP won't just be able to dominate them early, which VP is certainly going to try to move this Gyrocopter around to deal damage later. Right now he's just jungling because Flak Cannon Ion Shell is actually a pretty crazily good dual jungle combo here. I think you'll see VP actually take a little bit of a support level advantage if the Gyro can clear out these camps.
Yeah, and with the double Ion Shell as well, I mean, they just shoot farm faster than a TCM does. Wow, this is probably one of the toughest locks you have 3 stacks of Elbow Smashes. Those are the hardest hitting creeps.
Yeah. He's using the Shadow Demon now to help him clear out this. This is, yeah, it's very, very, very bad luck. If only this was... Even Wild Wings would be a lot easier than this.
But he, with the help of the Shadow Demon, indeed, will be able to take them down fairly fast in the end.
Yeah, he would have loved Trolls. Trolls would be the ideal.
Yes. Or of those little... I don't know what they're called, actually. Satires.
The small Satyr Camp can't spawn in that slot.
True.
The four Satyrs can't. You can get the 3, but you can't get the 4.
Okay, well the 3 are good too.
The 3 are good. No doubt. The only thing about the 3 is if you have to leave, don't they have? I'm pretty sure they have the health regen aura, so it's a little annoying if while you're stacking it.
True. We do have NS. I mean, he's fairly good at pulling and stacking here as well with the Fleck and helping out. And KSI level 4, NS level 4. And who's the last one in the jungle? Or as a support, it is Arsart level 3. So let's see how well they do up against the rest. Blueberry Ninja level 4. We have got the other 2 sitting at level 4 and level 3. So far it's even in terms of experience that they get inside this jungle. So doing fairly well there for both sides. And I guess, I mean, the first time that we're gonna see action is when we're against level 6.
Yeah, Roar I think could do a very substantial amount, especially if Axe comes and sort of helps out with killing Tame My Wild. I could see them trying to get a first blood. Keep in mind, VP's heroes are not far away though. KSI, especially considering he already has rank 2 Surge, can bring NS into the fight pretty quickly, or even bring himself, depending on who he feels would be a better contributor there. And yeah, I mean, we've started the farming action, basically, with Lifestealer going Midas and Naga not going Midas. So VP, there will be a period at which Naga is substantially more... I mean, the net worth will be similar, but her net worth will be used for more efficiency than Lifestealer's, because you can see this Phase Boots Poor Man's versus Midas Nothing.
Yeah. We do have Word having a very tough time here on the mid lane, as the crowd favors virtus.pro in this matchup. 22% still voting for the Swedes, even though on paper, of course, virtus.pro should be the one who is the victor here, but we'll see if that is indeed the case. Tame My Wild is definitely doing well mid, though. He has 36 to 10 last hits here. He gets a roar in the face. He also gonna get some help here. Werner that it is. The Soul Assumption will get disjointed by the blink from Tame My Wild, and that will be a kind of a failed gank here with the supports not coming in time. Smoke that was on Atsi should have gotten used there, and then they might have been able to get it.
The supports spent an enormous amount of time waiting in the jungle too. They waited next to the tier 1 tower and then came out, and it didn't help at all, frankly. Tame My Wild with excellent timing, excellent defensive blink, and that's, again, we talk about those levels, but Visage only level 3, you already see the Gyrocopter and the Rubik up at 4, so it's costing time every time they do something like this, and it doesn't earn them a kill, and Queen of Pain's still in control of mid as a result.
Yeah, in the meantime, Go Audio, in terms of last hits, he is 40 for 8, but he of course has a Hand of Midas. Illidan doesn't have that. He is 50 to 13 though, so he is doing way better in terms of last hits than the Lifestealer is, and that is actually kind of surprising, because both of these have got complete last hit. It just means that Go Audio had a bit more trouble last hitting under their tower. Which is surprising as well, because in theory he has less attack damage than the Naga Siren has at the start.
Lifestealer does? You mean, I think he has
Naga Siren has
more.
less.
Yeah, right.
Naga Siren has less, and Lifestealer should be getting ahead at the start of the game because he got more.
Definitely.
Ooh,
yeah, he has missed a couple last hits, which is, I mean, he's usually a very efficient last hitter. Oh, Hawaii OO is in a world of trouble here.
Yeah, and there goes the telekinesis. This could be first blood. Rocket Rush going through as well. There's the net. Yep, first blood guaranteed. And S comes in, and that's 4 heroes being put to work for that. 3 got an assist. Illidan not even coming in there in time. KSI coming in there helping with his Iron Shell, and this is the first tower going down as well. The push
Sonic
is complete.
Wave used, in the mid, you used Sonic Wave to clean up the Beastmaster.
That's unlucky for Warren. I mean, he is already behind, and even now, he is level 7, while Queen of Pain is almost level 9.
Yeah. VP taking early control, and this is right around when you're Lifestealer, you're in your lane solo farming, and you're like, oh crap, I have a Midas. There's nothing I can do about the fact that they're already pushing our tier 2 tower. Like, Lifestealer TP's over, what does he do here? He doesn't even have the movement speed to successfully chase them, right? So he's just gonna have to farm, and hope that Midas pays off before VP just take control. Yeah. There's Roar.
Yeah, the song gets used though, and that would allow Rubik to get away. The Grave Shield is already worn off as well, so Anti-fun at his work. We know that this can happen. TCM knows that this can happen, and the song just made it happen.
Yeah, I mean, just pretty much VP using their lineup to its T, and they've played Naga Siren. This isn't just a gimmick pick for them. It's they use this all the time. They use it extremely effectively. They know the combos. They know how to set them up, and so they knew that even though they were pushing the tier 2, they were perfectly safe. And it was just a matter of how much time TCM would waste trying to punish them. And it was a pretty substantial time. I mean, a roar cooldown in 3 players, and nothing to show for it.
Yeah, in the meantime, Lifestealer also didn't get the push up on the tier 1. He tried to go for a bit. It's actually almost in the eye range, but we'll probably try to get it next time. But KSI realizes what's going on, so he comes bottom. He is, by the way, building towards the mechanism and has already got the buckler there. And they'll see if they can also stop the push from happening. And this will make Lifestealer's job a bit tougher. But they decide it's time for it to do something, and they are going to have a smoke gank with an infested Lifestealer sitting inside Werner. If they don't get anything out of this,
yeah,
there is a lot of wasted times on the hands of TCM. Oh,
I mean, I like the activity. I like how active they're playing, but you can tell how nervous they are that they're using 5 players in this game.
Roar getting used. There's no song this time. They will pick it up. They also saved the Rubik for later. They'll pick up 2 kills with that. Very nicely done. Very clean kills. Goladio didn't pick up any of the last hits, but that's okay. He was there for the gold. And oh, they might actually help to kill off Tame Wild, but he blinks himself away. He hasn't got that battle hunger, but the battle hunger, even if level 4, not really doing enough yet to Tame Wild, who's actually almost level 10.
It won't kill him. Yeah, it won't kill him, but it actually is like, it took away half his HP.
Yeah,
like,
it won't kill him indeed, though.
Battle Hunger is no joke. It's a very, very, very strong ability. 19 seconds at 33 damage a second, I mean, now I put myself on the spot. It's about 512 pre-resistance damage, 527, so it's very, very strong, but it won't kill Queen of Pain by itself. And you can see Tame My Wild. We talked about his item builds. He is going to go straight for that Orchid Malevolence, and I think that's a very effective item here. Yeah,
we see 2 supports sitting on TCM here on the bottom lane. They might be in some trouble because, yeah, virtus.pro, they smoked up. They're going to go for this cooldown. Will hits up on Atsi. Hawaio in some trouble. Telekinesis there, back inside the cooldown, but the disruption might help him keep alive for a little while longer as we see Rubik getting forced away there. Open wounds up on KSI. Might be able to do something as a gyro picks up the lifestealer in the back end of things. We also have got, well, we had the Sonic Wave already going through, helping out with that. Werner taking a lot of damage, does have a roar, but does not want to throw it out without any follow-up. It will be forced back behind this tower. And Nesto, he wants to continue chasing this, already sent a homing missile, Scream goes in, Roar goes off, but it doesn't matter one bit as in comes virtus.pro. They clean up everybody there. They do take the loss of the gyro, but it doesn't matter in the end. They take 4 kills in return for that. In comes Axe, the last surviving member of TCM. Might be able to pick up some people here, doesn't have enough mana for his execute, but does get the kill up on the Darkseer. Tame Wild able to run himself away. In the end, a 2-4-4 trade, still favorable for virtus.pro. They don't take a tier 1 tower in return, though.
I would say a little bit of miscommunication from TCM there. They had the Lifestealer attacking one person, being helped somewhat by Verna, and then they had the Visage and Shadow Demon actually throwing out, like, the Shadow Demon ultimate was thrown on Darkseer, but they had no follow-up damage other than Visage Familiars and a Soul Assumption, so probably needed to just coordinate up their spells a little better, like, and as a result they lose the Lifestealer early in the fight, which is really the one thing you can't do. Your Lifestealer wants to live through these entire fights so that it can take a strong net worth advantage, and instead he actually has a net worth disadvantage even with the Midas providing free gold.
Very true. We do have another smoke coming off from TCM. They're going towards that bottom lane. We have a Nest there sitting there trying to push some towers with the Boar helping him out. He will get some support from KSI. And they will actually try to go for him as Axe already goes for a Nest. There goes a Roar up on a Nest as well. Rocket Barrage still going through, but it doesn't matter. Gyro puts down the cooldown, but ends up dropping. KSI might be able to do something here, though. He puts down his wall, is able to surge himself away, but how fast can he actually run away from this? The Battle Hunger still ticking down on him. He tries to TP himself out, but will he be able to do that? Yes, he will be. And that's Axe still going down because hello, Tame Wild coming in on the back of things. So in the end, it is an even trade. Actually, the trade going the way of virtus.pro because it was a support gyro. And a jungler. Oh, this would even be worse. Yep. Yeah, this is gonna be double kill for Tame Wild. Well, that's not worth smoking up for at all.
And that was just a matter of sometimes the thing about Visage is he's very mana dependent early, and TCM have nothing in the way of arcane boots. Like, they have 0 arcane boots on the entire team, and Visage was 8 mana short of having the mana for Soul Assumption. If he had had 8 more mana, you would see him probably kill the Darkseer there.
Yeah, and they take a tier 1 tower off the back of that fight that wasn't even theirs to start with as well. So virtus.pro getting ahead here in this game. I mean, the kill score is still 5-8, only 3 kills difference, but by now the gold differences are just so substantial. It is a tough fight for TCM. They are 7,500 gold behind on virtus.pro. Experience graph going towards the 5k as well, as we have the level difference sitting at level 7 still for virtus.pro's Arsart on his Rubik. But level 13 Queen of Pain is the highest on the map for them as well, so that's indeed.
Tame Wild is having an excellent game. He's actually done with this Orchid, I think. If he gets away from this fight successly, which he might not.
He might not. There is actually no Berserker's Call, but he can't chop him, no!
He missed the call.
He missed the Quelling Blade. The Culling Blade, rather.
Yeah, he used it a bit early.
He didn't get the kill with it, and KSI now comes in. No mana up on Blueberry Ninja is really tough for them to take, but we'll see. Birds coming in. Let's see if they can kill him off. They do have the flak cannon, that would help them kill it, but the Bird's just being a bit evasive. There's an Invis rune sitting there as well. And we do have Arsad going towards it right now, unless he gets stunned. No, never mind, he's dead.
He's okay. The open wound's wasted because he has Invis rune.
Yeah, Vacuum still came out from KSI.
Yeah, they're all mana starved, basically. Even Lifestealer. This Axe, Culling Blade is actually extremely expensive mana-wise relative to Axe's mana pool. So if you use Blink, which is 75 mana, and then you Battle Hunger and try to cull, that's goodbye mana pool.
Yeah, and that is also goodbye Atsi. Roar up on TCM though, that's not worth it. Tame Wild there, I mean, yeah. And a deny on the tower. TCM getting a good pick up there. And I mean, yeah, I fully agree. We see that Werner goes for the mechanism. He needs to go that for his team because his supports are not getting enough gold. And they do still want to fight. But as we saw previous game, S4 actually on his Beastmaster went mana boots really early. And that was very great for his team.
Yeah.
But there's no mana boots up on TCM right now.
The mech choice isn't bad. I mean, it's a good choice, but yeah, I agree. Mana boots would be so effective for their team here. And one thing that's kind of confusing about this Axe play, I really wish that he had maybe 3 Encounter Helix and at least 1 point in the Berserker's Call, because the pseudo disable and extra armor is hardly bad. Like, yes, VP aren't providing that much auto attack damage, but even just keeping them in place is useful sometimes, considering how fast this team is. Yeah, exactly.
In the meantime, we do have a bit of a push. Nagasara using the song. She almost got, Airman almost got a tier 3 tower there though. Gets a diffusal blade out of that. As we already saw the Orchid up on Tame Wild, who is 6 minutes faster with that Orchid than the average Queen of Pain. So a really fast Orchid for him. He's only died one time in the mid, was the first time that he died. So before then he was 5-2 to 1 to 5-0 to 2 rather. Wow, I can count. Yay.
Well, really 4-0 because he traded Shadow Demon for himself. Yeah.
He was 5-0 to 2 for a very short period of time.
That's true. He thought that he could get the Shadow Demon and the tower, and then maybe die, but instead he just got the Shadow Demon. But honestly, still, Tame My Wild is in complete control right now. When you have a 3-level lead on Queen of Pain, I mean, you're like the cat that ate the canary, basically. You just feel like you're unbeatable.
Poor canary.
Exactly. Well, he actually did just eat a canary, a blind, ugly canary.
Yeah. Well.
For an extra 100 gold.
In the meantime, it is only Go Audio's Lifestealer that is, well, where is he actually? Oh, he's in the bird! Yay! I was waiting for this in the previous game, but they didn't do it, but they do it here. It is the hawk. It is the Lifestealer on a plane. He's looking for a target, can't find it though. Come on, like we see, oh, hello, free tower! That's nice.
I think Go Audio is making the best of a bad situation here, but he's still a phase drums, like a very fast-moving Lifestealer, against a team that already has sort of eclipsed the fast-moving stage of the game. Like, even this Gyrocopter has phase boots and drums, so he's just as fast as the Lifestealer is, and then he's not the carry, but he has nearly as many items as the carry.
We are gonna see also virtus.pro, you said them, they've peaked. They are peaked. So they think, you know what? Let's see if we can get a fight here going on. They do have that tier 2 tower in mind, should be able to get it fairly safe. Because right now, TCM, they're in no shape to fight. They do have that roar and the mechanism up as well, but the mobility, like, as soon as they go in, virtus.pro can just kite them around all over the place, and there's no way that TCM can win that fight, as we now actually have a Blink Dagger purchased by the support Rubik. And that is a Blink Dagger before Axe, or no, not before Axe, Axe already has it, but before Werner has his Blink Dagger, if he still wants to go for that. And,
yeah,
no, that's
I mean,
not really
he is
ideal.
going back. Even so, yeah, VP have just a dramatic amount of farm on pretty much everybody that they would want. And yeah, this Blink Dagger will let Rubik... Even a stolen Roar is going to flip a fight on its head, frankly, because Roar is very effective against Lifestealer.
Yeah. So that, yeah, he can steal so many things that you want to have. You have that Roar, you have the open wounds. Battle Hunger is going to be really annoying for the supports of TCM because they are still fairly low level as well. And Disruption, Demonic Purge, you want it all, especially Demonic Purge actually, just to slow people down. I mean, all those melee carries, if you can just stop them from reaching your carries,
yeah,
that's all that you've ever wanted to do. And smoke up again for TCM, they know that something needs to be done.
Yeah, I mean... Actually interesting, NS taking the medallion for Gyro, so that's a cool little choice.
They find the Rubik. Rubik blinks though. Battle Hunger will be there, Telekinesis as well. Arsar trying to stay alive, but the Soul Assumption and the Chop was still there.
They're gonna get punished.
Cooldown coming down as well. Ninja going the other way. He tries to blink himself out. Will be able to do just that though, but the net, it hits upon a YO. Disruption trying to help out. Rocket Barrage though. YO, you're dead. You're gone. But that's the only one they lose. So ending up trading a support for a support, which is in theory, and of course, an even trade. But we have to assume, I mean, we have to imagine it was TCM Smoke. They were there. All of them were there, apart from Go Audio.
Exactly. They made a much bigger investment. And Blueberry Ninja going Blade Mail now. Ooh, Go Audio gets completely caught out. I don't see how he survives this, actually. Well,
there's a net there for him. There is a Diffusal Blade, and there is also a Rock Barrage. She is the Siren. She takes the kills.
He gets armlet before he dies, so that's a good, quick pickup. But it's just brutal right now to be TCM and just get run around the map by VP. VP aren't even bothering to ward. They have one ward. They're just going everywhere and killing everybody.
And they now try to defend their tier 3 tower, which is going down. I mean, the illusions of the Naga Siren alone, when she puts them up again in 8 seconds, they might be enough to take down the tower already. Question is, are they gonna go in?
I think they can.
Yeah, Lifestealer still dead for another 15 seconds. Homing missiles, flak cannons, disruptions trying to create more illusions, but the tower is already dead. That is Airman picking up the tower, who's already pretty rich to begin with, because he's now... Actually, he picked up a Yasha with the gold that he had. Blink Dagger and Armlet now picked up, so Blink Dagger for KSI actually, for his Darkseer, and Armlet indeed that we saw earlier already picked up by the Lifestealer, as he is once again inside the bird, and he will look for food.
Yeah, I mean, they can try the Dumbo drop, but the bird actually moves not that fast. It's 419 flying, so... actually, getting the Swiftness Aura is a big deal if you're going to do Dumbo drops like this, because without the Drums Aura... Oh, well, you can do that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you can't lose too much time on farming. No, they wanted to find a poor soul support by himself. And
now, so the medallion on Gyro, this is what it was leading up to. An extremely fast Roshan that TCM can't interact with. That was really the point of that medallion pickup.
Yeah, there's no way that they can defend this Roshan or even contest it. All outer towers are dead on the side of TCM. They actually have one tier 3 tower also dead on their side. And you know the normal ways that we've seen things going is just pick up all the towers. If you're ahead, that is, of course. And pick up all the towers, pick up all the tier 2s, go for Roshan, go high ground. And they are at that point right now where I think they can. They might just wait for a couple more items, maybe wait for the Manta Style for Illidan, because then you can do like the ultra annoying siege thing where you don't put any heroes in danger, but yeah, just put your illusions on the racks constantly.
They've got 6 minutes, so I mean, I think they could easily get the Manta. They could try to get a kill first. I think Blueberry Ninja, they can't kill him here though. Yeah, it's fine. So, no kills there. He is done with his Blade Mail, so... Blade Mail has this weird counter synergy with Berserker's Call, where if you blink in and you call in Blade Mail, your Blade Mail does a disappointingly small amount of damage because you're getting all that armor. But it can still be useful. For instance, if people throw ultimate spells at you, the Blade Mail can be very good. So, it's kind of a mixed selection, but... Blade Mail's very efficient when you're really behind. So, in this case, because TCM are incredibly behind, it might steal a kill or two, and that would be useful.
Yeah, let's see what virtus.pro is going to do though. They put the illusions up the high ground and just go on the range racks themselves. Actually, disruption going to be there, creating some extra Naga Siren illusions to try and force them back. And the familiar is also stunning up Airman a bit, but the Rex already down to half HP and no real fight already started. So this is just a very free Rex if they get this. And the birds actually have to be careful because that flak cannon coming off from Ines, even though he is no big gyro, no farm gyro, he's still very deadly for those birds, for those familiars. And they're going again.
They can siege this trivially. I mean, they're going to get this Rex. It's just a matter of when. And TCM, they want to roar.
Oh, jumps himself in. Darkseer rolls there. The roar going off on Illidan. Sonic Wave cleans out the burst, forces Werner back. Mechanism tries to help out a bit as Airman. His age is already getting burned now. We do have a stun up on Go Audio. He's going open up on TCM, but TCM blinks forward, wants to go for Axe, gets it as well with the Riptide, actually getting the last hit. Go Audio still wants to go for Tame My Wild, but this time he blinks away again a bit further. Arsart in trouble. Trying to stay alive, will not be able to. Soul Assumption coming in, there we go. Visage with the kill, the melee Rex though already dead as he goes down. Tamar Wild keeps jumping in a so low HP. Keeps staying alive, triple kill for Airman in the meantime, who's already lost his Aegis. If he dies now, no, he has a song. Rage is still there, but Go Audio's Rage will run out soon, so that's gonna be the exit for virtus.pro. They lost their two supports, they got the Rex. They got a lot of kills for TCM. There were some buybacks. We had two buybacks on the side of TCM, with the Lifestealer being one of them, making that a very strong buyback to have. And they get the max out of that one.
Yeah, both teams definitely playing their hearts out in that fight. Really, I was incredibly impressed by Tame My Wild, just juking out this, using the blink to disjoint multiple fatal attacks. Like, he would have died 3 times in that fight if he hadn't had perfect blink execution each time. And every time he came back in, he got stuff done. He actually managed to kill 2 Visage Familiars and a couple players just by re-entering at low health. And so, fantastic play from him. Good defense by TCM, honestly. Considering the fact that the death of the Rax was inevitable, it was basically a question of how much they could get for it. And they got a decent amount. They got some kills.
Yeah, they do have to face up against...
Go Audio. Okay, he's fine. Maybe.
He rages 2Ps out. Well, not even rages. But yeah, Timawal did pick up a Hex after that fight, and the Mantis House also completed up on the Naga Siren. But they don't have an Aegis anymore, and when they actually went on Illidan, when he lost his Aegis, that actually went pretty fast. So he is not invulnerable just yet. He needs that heart to be able to stay alive. Of course, he also needs a heart to be able to get more out of that. Wait a second, NS might be in some trouble getting chased down, but they'll be finding KSI. Pops the Darkseer wall on the vacuum there as well. Cooldown comes down, and Ness trying to help out. Here comes Illidan, gets a net up on Blueberry, waiting for the Blade Mill to be done, but after it's done, Blueberry and Angel will fall really fast. Visage goes down on the mid lane. Tame My Wild doing that one as Atsi, yeah, you're dead as well. 3 dead. Very disjointed engagement. I'm not sure why TCM thought they could do that.
I'm not sure either. They try for a gank, and unfortunately, basically all of VP was there, so no gank. And yeah, I mean, with the Jugger, with the Axe, they just waited out the Blade Mail and then just absolutely devastated him after it came down. Yeah. So this might be VP taking another set of racks here. I don't really see how TCM can stop them.
Yeah, Sonic Wave will help clean up Verno. Go Audio opens up on an S. He has got a Surge though, can get himself out. Nicely infest. We'll allow Lifesteal to be alive for a little while longer, but how long will it actually last? Oh my god! I love that steal! I thought, hey, weren't the birds green this whole time? Familiars? Arsart got himself a set of familiars.
He did. This is excellent. He's had good steals actually. He got a roar in the last fight too. So nicely played to him, of course. With Blink Dagger, it feels
look at those suns already making a difference.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is sick.
This is it. This is trouble. I mean, it was already trouble though, and Ness still ends up going down.
Familiar is kill number 1 for our Birds.
Nice.
Maybe 2? Maybe 2? No, not 2.
Roar still hits up on the Rubik. They'll try to take him down. Werner has got all of his mindset up on Arsart, but let's see if he can get it. He actually can. Yep,
he can.
But the GG is already called though. It is virtus.pro that take another win in StarLadder Star Series. They already secured themselves to go to Kiev, and now with this win, they almost granted top 1. Okay, so they were already ahead, of course, but now they're also guaranteed the #1 place. StarLadder.
Oh, I get it, because even if they lose and they tie Alliance on record, they're ahead on head-to-head, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, congratulations to VP, the regular season #1 team in StarLadder. And they absolutely deserve it. They had a wide variety of games, some incredibly epic, like the game against Navi with the... I think people must remember it for the Kurokai Fountain Dive, but just in general, that game was really, really epic, and just a lot of very well-played games to them. Some stomps, some close games, and a very well-put-together season. In this game, it was really just TCM feeling like they had more time than they really did. They thought they'd have a lot of time to develop the axe, they'd win the mid just by doing ganks, and then the Lifestealer could just go over the head of the Naga Siren. But instead, VP pushed early, they controlled the map, they used the repositioning with Darkseer and Gyrocopter a lot to just get every fight in their favor. And also, Tamai Wild had an amazing game on Quap too.
Yeah, that was a really good fight for him. Of course, it's one of his signature heroes, I believe, and showing for it as well. virtus.pro has got only one game left in Star Series right now, which is going to be on Wednesday up against Z-Rage. But for now, they are happy with their #1 position, guaranteed #1 position. TCM, though, they're going to be having to play again, this time up against Fnatic, who is sitting in a LAN cafe. So they are out boot camping. So that's not going to be an easy target to take, as we've seen Fnatic having a bit of a slump at the start of the season. But ever since they set down in Belgrade or Serbia, they've been really strong, as probably a lot of people saw yesterday. We're going to see them in the next game. We're going to see Fnatic taking on TCM in the next game of StarLadder Season 6, day number 23. Stick around for more Dota 2 action coming your way in just a moment.